Here with us from Florida, we have head coach Tim Walton, Hannah Rogers, Delaney Gorley, Lauren Hager, Stephanie Toft, and Kelsey Stewart. We begin with an opening statement from Coach Walton.
Well, first of all, I just want to congratulate Alabama and their senior class on obviously a wonderful season and career for some. But I just this is kind of a surreal moment for me right now, just sitting up here with Hannah and all the other kids that really just bought into it this year. Really did a good job. We had a really good off season, felt really good, and we just felt good about our team. We set a goal, and most teams set goals to win every series or win the SEC or do some things. And this team actually set a goal to win a national championship. It's the first one we've ever talked about as my coaching. In 2009, we talked about the ability to come out and be number one with a target on our back, but this team actually felt like we had the parts and the pieces to do it, and so I'm so very proud. Kind of gutsy, kind of bold, but just give them the credit. I think they really did a good job of doing their part and taking the responsibility to be a good teammate and a good friend and obviously a good player. But just want to give our hats off to all of our players and staff. Lindsay Spatola, one of our players that didn't play here at the College World Series, throwing BP for us, throwing bunts and doing those things. You need those kind of role players. You need those kind of kids that get it, and just extremely excited for that. And just want to thank the ASA and the NCAA and the Hall of Fame, and just what a wonderful tournament. The crowds were great and the fans were great. And I know this is going to sound a little easy to do, but I thought the umpiring crew was awesome this year. And I know they take a lot of criticism for calls and strikes and balls and whatever, but honestly, the umpiring was just a part of the game. They weren't the game, and I just want to tip my cap to the umpires as well for doing a great job and keeping things fair all the way across the board. So just thank you guys. Thanks for the coverage that the media has given us and making softball a big deal. And thank you to Jeremy Foley for hiring me 9 years ago and giving me a chance.
Thanks, Coach. Just a reminder to state your name and affiliation, and if you want to address a question to one of the student athletes, just make sure you address them before asking. We'll go to the floor for questions.
Tim Graham Hayes of the ESPN. What was your thought process as far as starting Lauren, and when did you tell both Lauren and Hannah?
Told Lauren last night, talked to Hannah today, and we and I don't know exactly the statistics. Someone would probably have to tell me, but anytime we've gone with a Hannah Rogers W and gone right back the next day at her, we've lost every time that I can remember with Hannah pitching. And we went into this series with a 3-game series knowing that, and we had Lauren to pitch today no matter win or lose yesterday. So we stuck with it. I honestly didn't sleep very well last night. Not that I don't have any trust and faith in Lauren, I do, and Delaney as well. But Hannah just was on fire, and to take her out of this game and to throw the other two, I know it was gutsy and I know it was bold, but we've talked all year long. We don't have a superstar on our team. We have a bunch of players that do their job, and today was a tribute to that. We got a Lauren quality start. I think Delaney gets the W and Hannah gets the save. And each one of them had a complete game shutout in the regionals, and for all of them to be a part of this national championship game, something very, very, very special, and I'm very proud of them.
Chris Harry from Gator Zone. I was just going to get Lauren's take and Delaney's take on that whole pitching decision, especially you, Delaney, not having pitched since the FAMU game to come in such a pressure-packed situation. But start with Lauren on just getting the notice that it was going to be you.
Well, when Coach Walton told me I was going to start, I was really excited. It is a 3-game series, and that's just kind of how we've been doing it all year. Hannah's been doing great, and I told my team and I told Hannah I'm just going to go as long and as hard as I can. And I knew I had 2 pitchers behind me that were going to shut everyone down too. So, we've been swinging the bat well, and for them to give me insurance and, in the bottom of the first when I gave up a run in the first inning was really great. And when Coach Walton told me that, I was just it was a great feeling, and it made me feel like he could trust me and that we really had a chance to win.
Delaney.
Yeah, Hannah has been on fire all week. Lauren had a really great start tonight. And, they kept us prepared all week. They said, be ready to go in at any time. We had really good bullpens, and this is what it comes down to. Us pitchers, we work as a family, and tonight we proved it that we really work well together.
Joe Bettner, fan-sided. Hannah, you were named the most outstanding player. Could you give us your reaction to hearing that news and also what it means to you to be a part of the first Florida Gator national championship team?
It was very exciting when I heard my name and just how excited my teammates were for me. And I couldn't have done it without them and the defense that I had behind me and the offense that they did this week and just all the hard work that we put into it throughout this season. And what was the second one? Sorry. Oh, yeah, very exciting. I mean, just to do it for Coach and all the hard work he's put in it all 4 years that I've been here and just trusting him all these past 4 years and my teammates and just doing it with these girls, it's just a great feeling.
Hannah, how did you feel about the whole decision that Tim made?
I was just trusting him, and I've always trusted Coach, and I knew that he was making the right decision. And I knew Lauren was going to go out there and shut him down like she did, and I knew that Delaney was going to come in and shut him down. And I was just excited just to see everyone play well tonight.
Lauren, if I could, to get the 4 runs in the second, how key was that in terms of taking a little bit of pressure off?
I mean, you go into a big game like that, obviously you feel a little pressure, and for the offense and myself to contribute to 4 runs in that inning was great. It's a breath of fresh air, gives you a little breathing room, and then I knew that I can just let my defense work and just keep making my pitches, and I knew that we'd, make plays, and they did that.
Yeah, Coach Cliff Brunt, Associated Press. This was Jackie Traina's shortest start of the year. What did you guys figure out?
Well, we've seen her a lot, and I think that was beneficial to us. It's kind of the same thing. I mean, I know it may not have been the most popular decision amongst people wondering, why Hannah didn't start, but the reason we didn't start Hannah was for the reason that, they did start Jackie, and we got a bunch of runs off of her after we faced her yesterday, and I think that could have been the same result if we started Hannah. And I truly believe that back-to-back days against good hitting teams that use video and or have smart coaches, they're going to make adjustments, and they've got good hitters over there, and that's ultimately what we decided was to give them a little bit of credit and respect, and we changed it up. And I thought Jackie was good. She was trying to throw her rise ball a little bit more today and tried to throw her off-speed pitch a little bit more. The last rise ball I believe she threw was the one Steph hit over the fence, but ultimately that was the game plan that we went with too. We knew she was going to have to make some adjustments, and she tried to throw a little bit more off-speed drop, and I thought we did a pretty good job of being disciplined.
It's a question for Lauren. Pete LaFleur, College Softball 360. I was down on the field right after the game, and you seemed quite emotional. It was pretty raw for you there. I don't know if that's just your personality, or were you feeling a little extra pressure with the start today? I know you pitch all the time, but you can say it's just another game, but it's not just another game. Can you share with us what you were going through, and you're still kind of teary-eyed now? I mean, in a good way, but just kind of give us a sense of your emotion.
I mean, I am a really emotional person, but I wouldn't have rather come out here and do this with another group of girls, and it just feels so surreal that, we could make history and make this happen for our program and our school and just for each other, and for Hannah and for Steph, and just all our hard work just flashed through my brain, and just setting a goal of winning a national championship and it actually coming true. And, we've had our lows in our season, and we kind of lost the grip on that goal, but it all worked out, and I was so emotional because I never in my life ever thought I'd be a national champion, and I am, and I'm sure all these girls feel the same way, and it just it warms my heart to know that, all of our hard work paid off.
For Kelsey and Stephanie, just being able to hit Jacqueline like you guys did, but at one point I think going at the 4th inning, you guys are hitting 390 with 2 outs. I mean, clutch hitting against a really good pitcher. If you could speak to that.
Stephanie.
I mean, just, I guess, sticking to the plan of swinging at good pitches, and Coach has been working with us a lot just with our swings and everything like that. She's a great pitcher, so, I mean, all of us knew that we were going to have to be very disciplined at the plate and make sure that if we were going to swing, we put a good swing on the ball, and it worked out with us, and I think we did really well under the pressure with 2 outs and everything. I think we were very motivated, it being a big situation like it was, just to put the ball in play and make something happen.
Kelsey.
I mean, I agree with Steph. We made our adjustments and kind of did our thing, but I give it to my team. You know, we never quit until there's 3 outs in the inning, and we just never give up. You know, we're making good contact, you know, keeping each other up, like, hey, like, that was great contact, you know, you're fine. So I just think, like, having each other's back and always working with 2 outs, I guess.
Stephanie, when you would watch the World Series on TV after your first 2 seasons at Northern, how far did those games seem from kind of your softball reality?
Not even close to being possible. I never thought in a million years that I would end up at Florida, let alone in a national championship series. And getting to end our last game on a win is just an amazing feeling, and it's so, like, I don't think it's hit me yet that we just won, but like this, I would not want to do it with any other group of girls, any other coaching staff. Like, I love our fans, everything. I just love this entire experience.
Coach, following up to your comments earlier, towards the end there, you mentioned Jeremy Foley. It seemed like that was a little emotional for you as well. So I imagine maybe you're getting a little reflective on your career, the 9 years, but if you could kind of put in context for us, the journey. Florida's about winning championships. You got Olympians all over the place and things like that, and now your program's part of that. But just give us a glimpse into that, please.
Yeah, when I actually sought after the job, I had a good job at Wichita State, but you know, I realized, you know, really, I think my word and my cover letter was my driving personality. I understand the pressure that it takes to be a coach at Florida. We do have Olympians. We do win championships. It's expected. It's not something that that I can really describe to you. A lot of people can't take that kind of pressure, and I felt like I could. And he gave us the resources, everything I've asked for. You know, Jeremy has been there for me. Everything I've asked for, Linda Teeler has been there for me to help our players get what they need to be successful. And when I say a chance, I'd only been coaching softball for 7 years, 6.5 years when he hired me. And, you know, he took a chance on somebody who'd only been a head coach for 3 years. So that's what I was talking about more than anything, that, you know, I felt like I was a good fit, but for somebody to believe in that, you know, I had a lot of other schools that, you know, didn't really think I was good enough, didn't have enough experience, and he did. And, you know, just like when I recruited these girls, same thing. Florida didn't have a lot of experience, and they took a chance on me and our program, and Jeremy has given us the resources to be the best at everything, not only softball, but academics and all the other stuff that goes into it. And I just really appreciate that for me and my family and our players and their family. They know they're going to be taken care of very well when they go to Florida, and they expect you to win and graduate.
We have time for one more question.
Being a lot older than you are, Tim, and a lot slower, I'm trying to focus on your 3-game strategy for pitching. Had you planned to have Hannah come in for the last 3 innings, or is that determined by the situation?
Well, ironically, if you look at the box score, how I made the substitution was probably the most interesting part of it. I had to make the substitution for Delaney Gorley to come in for Taylor Fuller in the DP position. So that handcuffed me a little bit because Bailey hit a double down the line with no outs. We had the plan that Delaney would come up with 2 outs. We'd let her have her first college at bat. And that's what we had. She had a helmet on and the dugout ready to go. But now you have a runner in scoring position with a 3-run lead. Who doesn't want a 4-run lead? So that's when I pulled Delaney and already had Hannah, you know, hot and ready to go.
All right. Thanks, everybody.